So what is an effective aside? An effective aside gives a research-based reason for why or how a practice or an activity supports an early literacy component or a reading skill. A practice includes singing, talking, reading, writing, and playing. An activity is something like rhyming or doing a repeated phrase, retelling a story, or clapping out syllables. So I will give you an example of an ineffective aside and then follow it with an effective aside. An ineffective aside. Singing will help your children later learn to read. An effective aside. Singing will help your child later learn to read. This is because songs have a different note for each syllable, so children are hearing sounds of words broken down into parts. Effective aside. Today, I'll be pointing out some things related to phonological awareness in the course of our story time. This aside gives no explanation of phonological awareness or how it's related to later reading. Effective aside. Our early literacy tip of the day today is on phonological awareness. That just means being able to hear the smaller sounds and words. This will later help your children sound out words when they learn to read. And I'll be pointing out a couple of things today in story time to help you support this skill. Ineffective aside. When we read with children, they hear more words than they do in regular conversation. This makes no connection to vocabulary or to the importance of vocabulary for later comprehension. Effective aside. When we read books with children, they hear 3 times as many words as in regular conversation. The more words children know, the easier it will be for them to understand what they read when they learn to read.